Hello, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Have we had our healing tea today or it is brewing? Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to have my own healing tea later in my shorts, in my flat belly short. Welcome to Health Insurance 101. Still on flat belly diet, flat belly arithmetic. I told us yesterday that belly fat not be your mate. Belly fat is not the mate of any other fat. There are different kinds of fat in the body. Different kinds, but the belly fat, that's why a lot of people lose weight all over. It's easy to lose weight in your face, your arms, your legs, but when it gets to tummy, there's a code. I talked about the alpha receptors and the beta receptors yesterday. In fact, my phone was full of questions. You know, it's a deep topic, deep theory and all that, but know that there are two major types of fat receptors, the alpha receptors and the beta receptors. Now, the alpha receptors are typically not so good fat. And that is the one, like I said yesterday, that is so dominant in a lot of people's body, a lot of women's body. Now, the beta receptors, there's beta receptor 2, there's alpha receptor 2. Now, the beta receptors is the one that triggers release of fat, and in most people, that is more on the face, on the legs, on the arms. But around the abdominal region, because of different factors, age inclusive, the type of food inclusive, and all those things, people store more alpha receptors around the abdomen, and that is why it is difficult to lose abdominal fat because there is a code. So throughout the flat belly diet, we are going to be silencing our alpha receptors fat around the abdomen, and then we are going to feed our beta receptors so that they can perform and help us burn those nasty abdominal stored old fats. It's not going to be easy, but I tell you, grace is available. I told us yesterday that I was going to show you another of my photographs. This was my heaviest, 118 kg. The person you see today. And you know why I'm covering my arms here and why I'm opening my arms today? I know that a lot of people will be like, she opened her arms today. Because somebody has even asked me if I have stretch mark. You know people, they have bad mouth, social media. Somebody has asked me that, do I have stretch marks? Or are my arms ugly? That why am I not opening? I'm always wearing turtleneck. Somebody made that statement. But I'm not answering that person. That is why I'm opening my body. No, I just want to encourage my audience and my clients that it is doable. Now, this was 118 kg. You see the face? I was putting on a shawl because I had this huge back and my arms were dropping. These arms you see today, they were dropping, really dropping. Flabby Christian mother arms. You see the neck. But today, to the glory of God, all these things are gone. 20 years gone. In 6 months' time, to the glory of God, if the Lord tarries, I'm going to be 50. As you can see, no stretch marks, no flaps, no folds, because of the way I successfully, by the mercies of God, lost weight. Healthy eating is a lifestyle. And then it gets to a stage you must pay attention to your abdominal fat alone. So you must make the alpha receptors dormant and increase and feed your beta receptors so that they can help you fight those fats. It's not easy. It is doable without surgery. Tomorrow I'm going to show more so that you don't think it is surgery. It's not surgery at all. Now, I just want to talk about 4 things we must do, because we're going to be doing a lot of practicals. But fortunately, for those of us that don't want to register in the academy, those practicals are going to come in the academy. Like these things I'm holding is what I call the belly fat shot. This is the belly fat shot. In fact, I actually started with this about 18, 19 years ago. This was the first thing I was taught in Institute like Farmer in Paris, where I started my weight loss journey. This is what they call the belly fat shot, which of course I'm going to teach them in my academy how to prepare. This is 50 ml. You take a shot 1 hour before breakfast. It contains what they call soluble fiber. And soluble fiber is the first thing you need to feed your beta receptors around your abdomen so that they can function properly and help you to break down those stubborn belly fat and help you to mop out those toxins from your fallopian tube and help you to kill the growth of those fibrous cells. That is soluble fiber. So what soluble fiber do is to mop up, how do I put it? It clings to the bad fat, it clings to the toxins, and then when you go to the loo, you find that you are bringing us all out. Now, this is the shot which I'm going to show us in the academy how to prepare. You take this 30 minutes in the morning before your breakfast, and then you take a full glass of water, and then in the evening at about 5:36, you take the second shot before taking your dinner. So this is 100% soluble fiber, and that is what we need to activate the beta cells to start working properly to melt abdominal fat and to make our insulin low and also to reduce our blood sugar. You know, I said that belly fat is like using one stone to kill several birds. Both fertility, both fibroid, ovarian cysts, both ugly tumors, all are going to be taking care of that. And then secondly, the second thing we're also going to do is trans fat. We're going to stop the intake of trans fat. Trans fat feed makes your beta cell receptors to be very the release to be low. That's trans fat. I'm not talking about saturated fat. Saturated fat, trans fat is hydrogen injected into saturated fat, and it makes it worse. Trans fat is worse than saturated fat. Trans fat is hydrogen injected into saturated fat, and some plant-based fat are injected with saturated hydrogen. So if you don't know what you are doing, it's not just any oil you see, soya bean oil, olive oil, this oil. Some of them have been injected with hydrogen, so you are indirectly taking it trans fat. So you've got to be sure of the type of fat you are taking. And then tomorrow, so I'm going to introduce the type of good fat we need to put in our smoothie. Good fat we need to put in our shake that will help us attack the alpha receptors that is making stomach fat to stubborn. Tomorrow I will introduce us to that. And then of course, alcohol helps excess fat to store around your abdomen. Whether it's 1%, whether it's 2%, alcohol helps excess fat to store around your abdomen. So if you want to go on a belly fat war, remove alcohol for now. No alcohol at all. And then of course, number 4, we need a lot of protein. Good protein. Now, what does good protein do? Good protein makes your hormones that are responsible for hunger suppressant, your hormones that regulate your hypothalamus, lean protein helps it to be very active. Lots and lots of good protein. And when I'm talking about protein, I'm talking about lean meat, I'm talking about fish, I'm talking about eggs, I'm talking about beans. And then the process you also make it is very important. All those things we are going to be learning at the Jesus Wants You Fit Diet Academy. So 4 things I've talked about this morning that will help to keep your alpha receptors down so that they don't keep pumping out unnecessary fat in your abdomen. 1, we are going to be having a lot of soluble fiber, which is in our shot. 2, we are going to take off trans fat. 3, we are going to increase the intake of our protein. And 4, we are going to stay off alcohol. We are just starting. Those are the things you need to break down your belly fat. Belly fat is stubborn. I've seen skinny people with so much huge stomach as if they are pregnant, yet they are not pregnant. They've done all the weight loss, they've done all the diets, yet their stomach fat is still looking at them because there is a code for the stomach. And then also we're going to be doing a lot of wrapping. I did a lot of wrapping. You see this hand? I wrapped and I wrapped and I wrapped. I wrapped my thighs. I wrapped my stomach. We're going to be doing a lot of wrapping. I'm going to be coming up with the wrapping kit. You need it. Reducing stomach fat is no joke. And having a slender figure is hard work. You are going to be your own spa therapist. You heard me. You are going to be your own spa therapist. All those things I'm going to be showing us at the Jesus Wants You Fit Academy. So I will encourage you, don't miss out. The diet starts proper on the 11th, but lecture starts tomorrow for our preparation because we need to learn how to make our shot and how to do our wrap. So I will see us all tomorrow by the mercies of God. Remain blessed. It is doable. Don't let anybody deceive you. Shalom.